bystanders with cell phone cameras. They allowed us to see for ourselves how that former officer treated George Floyd. It was enough to create a wave of protests all across the nation last year. Alongside peaceful demonstrations in Denver, we saw clashes with officers. And in the wake of it all, Colorado passed sweeping police reform measures, limiting use of force, banning chokeholds, and expanding the use of body-worn cameras. Denver 7's Eddie GUAJARDO is live tonight. And Eddie, George Floyd's death already prompted change in our state. And some say we need to take more steps to improve policing.
Well, and last year, state and local leaders called the changes to policing here in Colorado history in the making. And today, after that guilty verdict came down, at least 2 police chiefs in our state acknowledged more work needs to be done.
I can breathe. Please, in the name of it.
George Floyd's pleas for his life sparked a movement across the nation and here in Colorado.
We just want everybody to come together for peace.
Floyd's death moved demonstrators.
George Floyd! George Floyd!
They chanted his name and demanded change.
We wake up unapologetically our skin color every single day.
In Colorado, Governor Jared Polis signed Senate Bill 217, a police reform and accountability bill. The bill bans chokeholds, requires body cameras, eliminates qualified immunity, and more. Then on Tuesday,
as to count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty.
A verdict.
Guilty.
Marking another important milestone.
Guilty.
Justice.
I hope that folks don't see this verdict as an opportunity to be complacent or to assume that things are now done.
Denise MAES, a public policy director for ACLU of Colorado, says the fight for reform isn't over.
Whether or not law enforcement or individuals with a gun need to be the first responders in all cases. Sometimes we need social workers, psychologists to deal with individuals that really need more mental health help.
George Brockler, the former district attorney for the 18th Judicial District, hopes the verdict restores trust back in police and ends a movement to defund law enforcement.
I really want the takeaway to be for law enforcement officers, you don't have to suffer through the bad apples. The system can be there to help hold those folks accountable, and that should be liberating for them. I also hope it emboldens the community to move forward and feel like we can trust the system.
In a statement, Denver Police Chief Paul Pazin says he hopes the verdict will allow the community to heal. During a previous sit-down interview with Denver 7, he highlighted department policy changes following demonstrations and working with the community to identify solutions to help prevent tragedies
in our community. And we can do that by working together with community members to identify policies that can prevent tragedies, training that can prevent tragedies, and culture shifts that can prevent tragedies.
Now, House Bill 1250 is another policing reform bill under consideration. The sponsors say it aims to really address and clarify issues with Senate Bill 217. A hearing is set for tomorrow. Reporting live in Denver, Eddie GUAJARDO, Denver 7.